Hi, I'm John Mayer, and you're watching Toasted.
Well, welcome to Toasted to John Mayer. First of all, happy birthday. It's a day late, I know, but
Oh, that's okay.
get any chance to celebrate or?
Just a little bit. Not much. I had to kind of get to bed because the nights before show days, I like to get to bed pretty early.
Wouldn't be really nice to wake up at a show day with like a hangover because you celebrated something. No,
Yeah, it's not fun.
It might be typical for your professionality because I listened to the album lots of times today and then I thought, well, this is a guy that really is a great guitar player, not only, but also like a great lyric writer, etc. So the professionality is like just getting out of the album 100%, isn't it? Is this something you intended to do, or is it something that developed the last?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there were certain things that I was happy about completing on the first couple records, and certain things that I felt hadn't been done yet. And Continuum was about finding that solid, connected, consistent place of the groove and soul and melodies and staying there for the whole record. I mean, to me, it starts at the beginning and ends at the very end and doesn't waver at all.
Because am I right if I try to describe it as a bluesy, sometimes even funky pop album?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's pop. It begins with pop because, that's kind of the idiom that it's in, and there are certain pop they have very pop arrangements, the way the verse, chorus, but the way that those things feel can be very can have elements of soul music and blues music and R&B music, but for the most part, it's a pop record.
Yeah, and it's a pop record made by a guitar player, because I think you are, first of all, you're a guitar player, aren't you?
Yeah, I consider myself a guitar player first and foremost. So I think that's a pretty good way to put it, a pop record written by a guitar player. I think that's, I may actually end up stealing that and using it like it was my own thought.
You may, no problem at all. It's a really well overthought album, I think. Also, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. There's it's a little bit of a combination between thought and vibe. And the vibe is instant. The thinking takes place when you try and figure out what is the best way to present the vibe. So it was a little bit of both. You go in the studio and turn the lights down and just feel your way through it, and then when you get home, listen to it, and that's the production side. Is how does that all fit into the scheme of a record, So there's a lot of different layers to have to perform on when you're a producer and a writer and performer.
Yeah. And in I went through the lyrics a little bit, and then I thought, well, the sound isn't melodramatic at all, but sometimes the lyrics are. I mean, you became 29 yesterday, and your struggle, as many people of around 30s, etc., have, is with becoming older, etc. It's something that comes back a lot on the album, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it comes back in my life a lot. It doesn't so much anymore. I mean, in 27 and a little bit of 28 was, for whatever reason, just a very intense period of time in how it related to time. And I think I may have passed that a little bit, and now I get to take the thoughts that I have for these parts of my life, these years of my life, and apply them to the next record, which I'm already thinking about.
Yeah, because time flies faster and faster, so you have to at least conclude that you will become older every day.
Yeah, you got to keep making the best music you can make and getting it out there,
You don't sold out in like a few minutes?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you.
That's a sign.
Thank you, Holland.
Yeah. What are the plans for the near future? Just playing, or recording?
Playing, and I'll think about an album pretty soon. Just in terms of starting to write it, I can feel it in my head, but I haven't written a song for it yet. But I can already get the kind of mapping. I'm getting the mapping for it in my head, and that's really fun too. Every step of making a record is its own blast, and the blast that I'm having right now is, just really filling in very, very subtle shades of what it's going to feel like.
So the process has started.
Yeah, it's begun. Yeah.
How long does a process like that take with you?
Well, Continuum took a couple of years. This next one will probably take a year. I don't think it'll be as hard to make as Continuum. Continuum was a statement that I needed to get right, and this next record will probably be something a little more carefree.
Yeah. With this album, you did like a co-headlining tour with Sheryl Crow, which is it's not a combination you would think of in the first second, but After all, if you think a little bit afterwards, I think it's a combination that worked out great, didn't it?
Exactly. When someone brought the idea up, I went, yeah. And the more I thought about it, it just became, sure, yeah, let's do it. It's,
one of the funniest thing I read about the whole tour was the prank on the not the final gig, but the one before. Can you tell something about it?
Well, I dressed up in a bear suit and came out on Cheryl's set and sat in on one of her songs dressed up in a bear suit.
It worked out great because she forgot some of her lyrics, wasn't it?
Oh, she forgot a lot of them. The mission accomplished.
Yeah. But did she get you back the last night? Because it was the last chance.
I don't know if you would consider it getting me back.
It's a way to name it.
It's kind of like rewarded for it. She came out in a bikini and it was silly, but it was fun. It was a fun way to end the tour because we had such a blast together.
And now promoting the record over here in Europe and Asia also, isn't it? Dubai, I saw.
Yeah, we'll be in Dubai and we'll be in Australia and Japan. So it's
as an artist, you don't get any chance to see the country. That's a shame.
I'll try to. You got to start canceling some stuff to do that.
Okay. Will they listen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks a lot, John Mayer, for doing this short introduction interview of Toazted.
I look forward to the full 2.5 hour interview next time I come.
Oh, real?
It's just a sampler.